5 a.m. While the world sleeps, there's a man awake. His name is Marcus, and 3 years ago, he was living paycheck to paycheck in a tiny apartment, drowning in debt, watching his dreams slip further away with each passing day. Today, he runs a successful business, owns his own home, and has become the person he once only dreamed of being. What changed? It wasn't luck. It wasn't a lottery ticket. It wasn't some secret inheritance. It was 5 a.m. This is the story of how one simple decision to wake up early transformed everything. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why the most successful people in the world swear by the early morning hours, and how you can harness this same power to change your own destiny. Let me take you back to where Marcus was 3 years ago. He was 32 years old, working 2 jobs just to make ends meet. A warehouse job from 9 to 5 and delivering food at night until 11 p.m. He'd come home exhausted, collapse on his couch, scroll through his phone for an hour, and fall asleep around 1 a.m. Every morning, his alarm would scream at 7:45. He'd hit snooze 3, 4, sometimes 5 times, rush to get ready, skip breakfast, show up to work already drained before the day even began. His dreams? He had them. He wanted to start his own business. He wanted to learn new skills. He wanted to get in shape. He wanted to be someone his younger self would be proud of. But there was never any time, never any energy. The cycle repeated, day after day, month after month, year after year. Then came the breaking point. One morning, Marcus woke up late again, missed an important delivery route, got written up at work. On his way home, sitting in traffic, he looked at himself in the rearview mirror and asked the question that would change everything. Is this really my life? Is this all I'm capable of? That night, he couldn't sleep. He scrolled through videos about successful people, and he noticed something. Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook, Michelle Obama, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, they all had something in common. They all woke up early. Not just early, very early. And in that moment, at 2 a.m., staring at his ceiling, Marcus made a decision. Tomorrow, he would wake up at 5 a.m. Not for anyone else, for himself. The next morning, his alarm rang at 5 a.m. And let me be honest with you, it was brutal. Every fiber of his being wanted to stay in bed. His body felt heavy. His mind screamed at him to just sleep one more hour. But he got up anyway. He stumbled to the bathroom, splashed cold water on his face, and just sat there in his quiet apartment. No noise, no distractions, just silence. For the first time in years, he had time that belonged only to him. That first morning, he didn't do anything extraordinary. He made coffee, he sat by the window and watched the sunrise, he wrote in a journal for 15 minutes, something he hadn't done since high school. It wasn't much, but it was something, and something was more than he'd given himself in years. The second day was harder. The novelty wore off and his body rebelled, but he woke up anyway. By day 3, something strange started happening. His mind was clearer. He started using that morning time to read, just 20 pages of a business book he'd bought 2 years ago but never opened. Day 4, he did 20 push-ups in a short workout, nothing intense, just movement. Day 5, he started writing down business ideas. Day 6, he researched online courses. Day 7, he realized something profound. In just 1 week, he had read more, learned more, and done more for his future than he had in the entire previous year. That's when it clicked for him. The power of 5 a.m. wasn't just about waking up early. It was about taking control. It was about choosing who you wanted to become before the world demanded who you needed to be. 1 month in, Marcus had a new routine. 5 a.m., wake up, cold water, hydrate. 5:15 a.m., 30-minute workout. 5:45 a.m., shower and breakfast. 6:15 a.m., learn, read, study his craft. 7:30 a.m., work on his side business. 8:30 a.m., head to his day job. Notice what happened here. He didn't quit his jobs. He didn't make some dramatic leap. He simply carved out sacred time where he invested in himself. After 3 months, he had read 15 books on business and marketing. He'd taken 2 online courses. He'd lost 18 pounds. He'd built a prototype for his business idea, a service helping local businesses with their social media management. His coworkers noticed something different about him. He had more energy, more confidence, more clarity. After 6 months, he landed his first client. It was a small local restaurant, and they paid him $500 a month. It wasn't life-changing money, but it was proof that his early mornings were building something real. After 1 year, he had 12 clients. He was making an extra $4,000 a month from his side business. He had paid off half his debt. But more importantly, he'd become someone different, someone disciplined, someone focused, someone who kept promises to himself. After 18 months, he quit his night delivery job. His business had grown enough to replace that income, and now he had his evenings back. He used that time to network, to learn more, to refine his services. And after 2.5 years, the moment came. His business income surpassed his warehouse job. He gave his 2 weeks' notice, and for the first time in his life, Marcus was working for himself. Today, 3 years after that first 5 a.m. alarm, Marcus runs a digital marketing agency with 47 clients, a team of 4 employees, and revenue that has completely transformed his life. But if you ask him what changed everything, he won't talk about clients or revenue or business strategies. He'll tell you about 5 a.m. So what's really happening at 5 a.m.? Why does this work? First, understand this. The early morning hours are what psychologists call high-value time. Your willpower is at its peak. Your mind is clear. There are no distractions, no emails, no demands from others. It's pure, uninterrupted time for what matters most. Research from the University of Toronto shows that morning people are more proactive. They anticipate problems, they plan better, they take more initiative. It's not that they're genetically superior. They've simply structured their lives to align with their peak mental performance. Second, waking up at 5 a.m. creates what I call the compound effect of hours. If you wake up at 5 a.m. instead of 7 a.m., that's 2 extra hours per day. 2 hours might not sound like much, but let's do the math. 2 hours a day equals 14 hours a week. That's 60 hours a month. 720 hours a year. That's the equivalent of 30 full days, an entire month of waking hours you've reclaimed. Imagine what you could build, learn, or become with an extra month of focused time every single year. Third, and this is critical, the 5 a.m. habit builds what researchers call self-efficacy, your belief in your ability to succeed. Every morning you win the battle against your bed, you prove to yourself that you're capable of doing hard things. That confidence spills into every other area of your life. But here's the secret that most people miss. 5 a.m. isn't magic. The power isn't in the time itself. The power is in the choice. You're choosing your dreams over your comfort. You're choosing discipline over distraction. You're choosing the person you're becoming over the person you've been. Marcus didn't succeed because he woke up at 5 a.m. He succeeded because at 5 a.m. every single day he made the decision to invest in himself when no one was watching, no one was cheering, when there was no guarantee it would work. That's the real power. The power of consistent, deliberate action in the direction of your dreams. So let me ask you something. What's your 5 a.m.? What's that thing you keep saying you'll do tomorrow, next week, next month, next year? What's that dream that whispers to you in quiet moments but gets drowned out by the noise of daily life? Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's getting healthy. Maybe it's learning a new skill, writing a book, building deeper relationships, or simply becoming the person you know you're capable of being. Whatever it is, I want you to know something. You have the power to change your destiny. Not someday, not when circumstances are perfect, starting tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Will it be easy? Absolutely not. That first week will test you. Your body will resist. Your mind will negotiate. You'll want to quit. But here's what I know. On the other side of that discomfort is a different life. A life where you're in control. A life where you're building something meaningful. A life where you look back a year from now, 2 years, 3 years, and barely recognize the person you used to be. Marcus was a poor man in circumstances, but he was rich in potential, just like you. The only difference between the person you are now and the person you dream of becoming is what you do with your mornings. So set that alarm, 5 a.m., and when it goes off, don't think, don't negotiate, just get up, splash cold water on your face, and take that first step into the life you deserve. The power of 5 a.m. isn't about waking up early. It's about waking up to the truth that your destiny is in your hands, and every morning is a new chance to build it. The question is, will you answer the call? If this story inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and I'll see you at 5 a.m.